What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Now AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say. It was a good show for what it was. It says we're greeted with a video package highlighting the chaos from AEW Revolution before Power kicks off. Immediately followed by the arrival of AEW All-Atlantic Champion Orange Cassidy for our opening contest. Best friends follow him to the stage, but let him head to the ring on his own. Before the challenger, Jay Lethal comes to the ring, followed by his usual crew. But officials are directing Jeff Jarrett, Sign, and Sanjay Dutt to leave as Jay Lethal heads to the ring. And this match is underway. So we get AEW All Atlantic Championship, Jay Lethal versus AEW All Atlantic Champion Orange Cassidy. This was a good match to kick off the show. This was a good match. Orange Cassidy gets an upper hand on Jay Lethal early on, despite the challenger's best efforts and a series of side headlocks. Takedowns ends with Jay Lethal reversing into a near fall of his own. Jay Lethal head out of the ring to take a breather, arguing with fans in the crowd as he takes his sweet time to get back to the ring. Bryce reaches a count of 6 until Orange Cassidy runs out of the ring to deal with Jay Lethal, but Jay Lethal gets him back in the ring and goes for a figure 4 that gets counter out. This leads to a series of counters that ends with a kick to the arm of Jay Lethal when he goes for the lethal injection, and the champ is back in control. Jay Lethal heads back out of the ring, but is pressured by Orange Cassidy, who sends Jay Lethal into the steel post, and Jay Lethal responds by sending Orange Cassidy into the steel steps on the other side. Jay Lethal rolls back into the ring as Orange Cassidy heads back onto the apron, only to get hung up on his arm against the top rope. The crowd lets the challenger know what they think about him, and Jay Lethal responds in kind before the champ sends him to the corner. Orange Cassidy tries to reverse this, but is sent tumbling to the outside for his troubles. Orange Cassidy is slow to get to his feet as Jay Lethal does a strut in the ring, shades off Jeff Jarrett to the cringe charging of the crowd as he heads out of the ring to get back on the attack. Jay Lethal slams the champ against the barricade and the apron, but is feeling the effect on his leg as he managed to get Cassidy up and slam into the ring post as we go to picture in picture. Picture in picture, Jay Lethal celebrates the damage done to the champ in the ring, taunting the crowd as Orange Cassidy rolls back into the ring, where Jay Lethal waits, stomping away at the champ before hitting a series of elbows, drops to the leg to wear Cassidy down. Jay Lethal fully in control of his situation as he drives a boot into the leg. Back up Bryce before pulling the champ towards the center of the ring to dive Orange Cassidy's knee into the canvas and gets a near fall. Jay Lethal stays on top of things as he continues to target the leg, pulling at the foot as we come back. Orange Cassidy looks worse for we're here as Jay Lethal enjoys himself taunting the champ, only to take a kick to the face. Orange Cassidy back on his feet as he starts to fight back, looking for the Stone Dog Millionaire, but Jay Lethal counters it, only for it to be countered into a brainbuster. The champ is still hurt, but is fighting through the best best he can as he heads to the corner. And as Jay Lethal charges at him, but Orange Cassidy ducks out of the way last minute. Orange Cassidy climbs the turnbuckles to build up some momentum, but it gets cut off as Jay Lethal looks for a superplex, only to be far off before Orange Cassidy looks for a diving DDT. Jay Lethal keeps the damage on that momentum. But Orange Cassidy follows up with with a rolling DDT that connects fully, only for a near fall. However, Orange Cassidy unable to go for an orange punch, and Jay Lethal takes the opening, locking in a figure four leg lock to take advantage of the weak legs of the champ. Orange Cassidy struggles to grab a rope and finally does after rolling towards the ropes. Jay Lethal comes after the champ, only the apron now laying in a chop that is met with Orange Cassidy's usual style of offense before laying in a hard right arm on the challenger. Jay Lethal, however, catches Orange Cassidy after this and drops him on the weak leg before looking for another figure four that gets countered into a small package for a near fall by the champ. Jay Lethal managed to get back on the offense after this, though through and heads to the top for an elbow drop, only to take knees to the face by the champ. Orange Cassidy goes for an orange punch and gets knocked down with a cutter, but Jay Lethal still only get a near fall off of this. Jay Lethal with a third to the kick to the kneecap, but collapsed on the lethal injection attempt, and the champ managed to nail him with an orange punch for the pin and the win. The winner of the match is still your AEW All Atlantic Champion Orange Cassidy. This was a good match to kick off the show. Bryce presents Orange Cassidy with the title, but the champ needs help to his feet. As his arm is raised in victory, Jay Lethal heads to the ringside table to grab the Golden Globe, but is distracted by Bryce to leave. As Jay Lethal heads up the ramp, we see Jeff Jarrett comes to the ring before hitting Orange Cassidy with a stroke. The crowd showering their hate on Jeff Jarrett as he hits Orange Cassidy in the knee with the guitar before best friends come out for the save. Jeff Jarrett hightails it out of the ring, heading through the crowd as we cut to footage of Warlow talking about the TNT champion and his gear being stolen. Before going backstage where Powerhouse Hobbs talks about this and how ready he is to become champion tonight. Back at ringside, Absolute Ricky Starks makes his way to the ring to address his win over Chris Jericho at Revolution. He says that people ask him what's next, to which Starks replies, "I'm not sure." The question that waits on his mind is not what he's going to do next, where he's going next. Bullet Club music his is Juice Robinson pops up out of nowhere, attacking Ricky Starks from behind. Juice Robinson stands tall over the fallen Starks, leaving everyone with a lot of questions as we go to commercial break. We come back from commercial to hear from the new TNT champion, Rollo, where we find out that match is now false count anywhere, as the champ promised to demolish Powerhouse Hobbs. Back at ringside, Renee welcomes Ruby Soho to the ring to address what happened at AEW Revolution. So we get Ruby Soho speaks. This was a quick segment. When when asked why Ruby did what she did at Revolution, she responds by saying it's obvious. It shouldn't come as a surprise, saying the fans created this monster by addressing the fan reaction to her first title match. pointing out that the fans were thrilled that Baker won. She follows up by talking about the match with Chris Statlander and being booed out of the building when she beats Chris Statlander. So at AEW Revolution, when Jamie had to pin her, Ruby Soho realized that no one was coming to her defense when she lost, and that no one at AEW was really going to appreciate her. Um, this follows a trend with Tony Storm not even being called a real champ at first, and after begging Saraya to come back from retirement, they showed nothing but hate. You cannot build on a broken foundation and address how broken the women's division is before calling out her opponent tonight. Sky Blue, who comes to the ring in this match, is now underway. So we get Sky Blue versus Ruby Soho. This match right here was just decent match. Sky Blue rushed into the ring, but Ruby Soho looks to make her point as she goes on the attack at ringside, even sending her into the ring post before finally bringing Sky Blue back in the ring. Step up insecure by Ruby Soho, but Sky Blue starts to fight back and even goes for a neck breaker until Ruby Soho hits the STO for a near fall. As we go to picture in picture. We come back from picture in picture. Russo continues to assault, stomping Sky Blue's hand before diving a knee into the back of her head against the ropes. Sky Blue is still in the corner as Russo stomps away, clearing taking some heated trash as she chokes her briefly. The taunt continues as Sky Blue gets to her feet, hitting a couple of right hands before Ruby Soho sends her back into the corner. Ruby Soho looks angry at the crowd as Sky Blue gets to her feet, only to get hit by Ruby Soho, who gets rolled up by Sky Blue for a near fall. Ruby Soho quickly follows up on this and gets a near fall of her own in the process before sending Sky Blue back into the corner. Boost to the midsection by Ruby Soho, who gets at demolished by the ref as Ruby Soho continues the attack before we come back. Sky Blue starts to mount a comeback, but is taken down on the second rope as Ruby Soho marks her before hitting a back suplex. Sky Blue goes for a side headlock, but is taken down by another suplex, only to roll out of the way of Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho starts hitting some forearms that are met with some of Sky Blue's own. But Ruby Soho blocks a thirst kick, only to take an insecurity instead. Sky Blue takes to the ropes and leads off but only get in their fall. Sky Blue is met with a thirst kick and gives one back and calm before Ruby Soho connects with the destination unknown for the pin and the win. The winner of the match, Ruby Soho. This was a decent match. Saraya and Tony Storm head to the ring, spray paint at the read as they look to give Sky Blue the L, but only get part of the way there before. Willow Nightingale runs down to the ring for the save. She tries to talk some sense into Ruby Soho, but Willow gets blindsided by Saraya and Tony Storm before they stand her up, and Ruby Soho hits no future on Willow. Saraya gets to give both Sky Blue a Willow the spray paint L as Ruby Soho music hits with the trio looking smug. Okay. Backstage, Renee talks to Hangman about what went down at AEW Revolution, and Paige gives Renee an apology for what she had to see on Sunday. But after Texas death, he is finished with John Moxley. Up next, Trio's action with AR Fox and Top Flight taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society. So we'll go to a commercial break. Back from the break, we get a message from AEW World Champion MJF after his win at AEW Revolution before, talking about March 15th, his birthday, where he's looking to have a massive celebration. Back at ringside, Tony Schiavone is standing by to welcome back FTR. Dax and Cash make their way to the ring, enjoying the audacity audition from the crowd before stepping through the ropes to another big pop from the crowd. So FTR speaks. Tony struggles to be heard amongst the big FTR chant in the crowd as he brings up their return at AEW Revolution. FTR have missed hearing the crowd before addressing how bad the past few months have been, losing to the Acclaim, losing to the Guns, losing 3 sets of titles in a month, and losing one of their best friends in the business, referring to Jay Briscoe before calling out the current champion and the Guns. They also addressed the love of the fans and sending that love back in kind before addressing the trilogy of matches they had with the Briscoes and how the feeling of joy was taken away by the Guns. Now it's time for retribution for getting even, but they have to hit the Guns where it hurts and become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. They gotta do it for FTR, for the Briscoes, and all for the fans. The crowd shows their love for this as we go backstage, where Renee is standing by with Jay Cargill, who addressed being 53-0. And AEW calls Jay out and Canadian competitor to come out and get stepped on before we head back to the ring for our next contest. The Jericho Appreciation Society make their way out to the ring, followed by AR Fox and Top Flight before this match gets underway. So we get trios match. Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia versus Top Flight and AR Fox. This tag team match, I'm gonna say, it was okay for what it was. AR Fox and Jericho start us off by exchanging blows, and AR Fox evades a couple clotheslines before hitting a big kick to the Jericho. AR Fox looking very impressive in his offense on Jericho, who tries to escape only to take a big dive by AR Fox on the outside. Chris Jericho avoids any further damage and makes a tag to Sammy Guevara, who starts getting the upper hand on AR Fox before he and Chris Jericho double team AR Fox and AR Fox only to mark him after with a group pose. AR Fox gets a tag to Darius, but Guerrera makes a tag to Garcia to stop the momentum. Exchange of holds here leads to Garcia being sent out of the ring, where Dante hits a moonsault. Jericho Appreciation Society starts turning things around here as we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, Jericho Appreciation Society stay in control here as Jericho comes into the fray, hitting some offense on Martin before turning the crowd. Jericho continues to attack until tagging in Guevara, who lands a kick and follows up with a chinlock as Dante struggles to fight out of it. Sammy tightens the ring deeper before making a tag to Jericho, who lays into Martin in the corner before looking for a superflex. But Dante fights out of it before hitting a crossbody for a near fall. Martin looks for a tag, but Jericho Appreciation Society to keep them off the apron as we come back. Sammy Guevara with another headlock on Dante, who managed to fight out of it before looking for a tag, but Sammy stops him only to take a monkey flip for his efforts. Tag to AR Fox and to Garcia. Fox unloads on Garcia until Jericho and Sammy Guevara get involved, only to be sent out of the ring by AR Fox. AR Fox up on the turnbuckle, avoiding contact on on a roll through before hitting a double cutter, leading to a near fall on Garcia. Tag to Darts, but Jericho Appreciation Society start to take control again as chaos ensues. We end up with AR Fox hitting a senton of David to the outside as back in the ring. Darius counters a wall of Jericho for a near fall. Darius is no match for a bat to the back and by Hager. Um, it says Darius is no match for a bat to the back by Hager. However, leading to a Judas effect that gets Jericho Appreciation Society the pin and the win. The winner of the match, Jericho Appreciation Society. Okay, this match right here was okay for what it was. Okay, um, Angle gets a mic after taunting the Sacramento crowd after the win. Big Magic talks about tonight being the 1 year anniversary of the formation of the Jericho Appreciation Society, and Garcia says this should make them no more contenders to the AEW World Trios Champion. Sam Guevara says they also the sexiest group, and Hager says, well, he likes this sexy hat. Jericho out the calls out the House of Black. After this, the lights cut out, but it's the elite who come out and said they former champs addressed the mutual respect as they had with the Jericho Appreciation Society before. But before anything else can be said, Don Callis comes out to interrupt, saying they delete establish the Trios Championship. And after the match at Revolution, they are the clear number one contenders. Don Callis says Jericho is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, but only the second best from Ronnie Peg. And if Don had time to time to train Chris, would be number three. Jericho calls out Don, but the lights cut out again, and this time we see House of Black on the screen. Malachi Black addressed the situation in a curious manner, starting the challenge from the screen and finish it when they reappear at ringside, only to disappear once again. As 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 we make sense of the situation. Here we go backstage where Tony Khan is talking about Orange Cassidy defending the title against Jeff Jarrett. But after talking it over with, WB Discovery we find out that the title will now be called the AEW International Champion going forward. Tony talks about leveling up the champions before we get a video package highlighting the new Shazam film and the rivalry between Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, we hear from Brian Danielson from just after AEW Revolution. He talks about how hard it was to end up tapping out, addressing his future by saying, I think it's time for me to go home." Back at ringside, John Moxley and Claudio makes their way out to the ring before the next match, followed by the Dark Order before this match gets underway. So we get tag team match. John Moxley and ROH champion Claudio Castagnoli versus Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. This tag team match was it was okay for what it was. It was just okay for what it was. So I'm gonna say it was pretty good. John Moxley and Claudio go on the attack right away with Moxley sending Alex Reynolds into the barricade on the outside as Claudio goes after John Silver before making a tag to John Moxley. John Moxley and John Silver go at it with forearms until Silver is sent to the corner and another tag to Claudio, who lays into John Silver before going for a suplex. A set of reversals leads to Silver hitting a suplex on Claudio, who tags out to John Moxley. John Moxley stays on the attack to keep Silver away from Alex Reynolds before tagging Claudio back in, and the ROH World Champion hits a scoop slam and leg drop for a near fall. Chinlock on John Silver, who gets to his feet before backing Claudio into the corner to break the hold, and Claudio hits some uppercuts on John Silver. John Silver dodges a further attack to tag in Alex Reynolds, who knocks John Moxley to the apron before hitting a fury of offense on our ROH World Champion. Alex Reynolds heads outside to deal with John Moxley before coming back, but Claudio fights back by shoving Alex Reynolds off the turnbuckle as we go to picture in picture. We came back from picture in picture. BCC continues the attack on Dark Order as Alex Reynolds gets sent to the outside once more before John Moxley brings him back in just to beat on him in the corner. This leads to a close near fall before John Moxley locks in a crossface. Alex Reynolds fights out of it but gets rolled on his shoulders for a near fall. Tag to Claudio, who beats down on Alex Reynolds before getting another near fall and goes for a chin lock that Alex Reynolds slowly starts to fight out of until he gets sent to the corner. Claudio with another near fall as John Silver starts to get involved, but Claudio stays on top of the situation as we come back. Alex Reynolds starts to fight out of a hammerlock before narrowing dodging Claudio, who still managed to intercept him before he can make a tag. Front facelock by Claudio as Alex Reynolds tried to get to his feet. Doing so, he pushed himself towards the corner before hitting a double stomp on the ROH World Champion and making the tag to John Silver. Tied to Moxley as well, but John Silver lays into him with some hard kicks in the corner, only to take an elbow by John Moxley. John Moxley is met with a pump kick twice over and a German suplex, but only get a near fall. John Moxley gets back to his feet and starts laying into John Silver, who comes back at John Moxley with some mounted punches until John Silver looks for a triangle lock. John Silver rolls through to counter before locking in a submission hold, followed by knees to the temple of John Moxley as Claudio intervenes. We get a tag here as Claudio taunts John Silver while booting him in the face, only to take a double team from the Dark Order. John Moxley gets a blonde tag John Moxley gets a blonde tag in as John Silver and Claudio go at it. But John Moxley locks a hold on Alex Reynolds that makes him pass out as the referee calls for the bell. The winner of the match, John Moxley and Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli. This was a pretty good tag team match. John Moxley isn't quite finished here as he goes after Alex Reynolds some more, with Claudio keeping John Silver at bay until Evil Uno comes running out for the save. He goes after John Moxley, but is intercepted by Willa Yuta, and BCC are in control until Hangman Page comes out to intervene now. He checks on his friends but gets blindsided by BCC as officials come rushing to the ring to break things up. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, we hear from the Acclaim who get interrupted by 3.0 of Jericho Appreciation Society, who try to recruit the former tag champs to the cause. This just gets a big laugh from the Acclaim, who walk off before we get some hype for Rampage. Video package: Sammy Guevara, Action Andrade, Takeshka, Takeshka versus Person, Vince Rio versus Now Rose on Rampage. AEW International Championship Rebar, Miz featuring MJF and the Trios Champion between House of Black, The Elite, and Jericho Appreciation Society next week on Dynamite. back at back at ringside, we are gearing up for our main event of the night. Warlow's music hits, but we see the champ and challenger are duking it out in the parking lot. The bell finally rings, meaning this main event is underway. So we get the Falls Count Anywhere match for the TNT champion, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Warlow. And I must say, this main event match was it was just it was I'm gonna say this was fun, man. This match was fun to watch. This was the main event. So this Falls Count Anywhere match was fun to watch. Powerhouse Hobbs goes before a power bomb, but is met with a back body drop from the champ onto the hood of the nearest car for a near fall, and things only get brutal from there as they continue to slug it out before we go to picture in picture. We come back in picture in picture. The fight changes course a couple of times between Wallow and Hobbs as we find ourselves discovering a whole new side of the production of the show thanks thanks to a brawl inside what appears to be a storage container for gear. Wallow is now in control as he brings Haas out only to hit him with a trash can to the back. The attack continues as we head to the arena with a TV screen, but Hobbs turns things around, forcing Wallow to flee, only to hit a right hand on Hobbs. Hobbs responds to his with a steel chair to the back to turn things in his favor, but Wallow catches up with this and connects with a steel chair shot of his own as we come back. Wallow and Hobbs make their way through the crowd to head towards ringside, finally bringing us to the ring. As Rollins said his shouting in before stepping in himself. Big slam by Waller, but Hobbs is back to his feet and hits a spine buster only for Waller to get back to his feet. They trade lefts and rights until Waller hits a headbutt in a lariat. Waller hits an F10 but only gets a near fall. Hobbs back on his feet and his two spine busters on Rollo, only for a near fall on the champion. However, Hobbs leaves the ring, looking to really do some damage as he brings Rollo out and hits him on the end of the barricade before pulling out a table from under the ring. With this match possibly ending by knockout, the ref starts to count, but Waller is back on his feet to stop it, grabbing some water before spitting it in the face of Hobbs. The table was set up by Hobbs, but it's Waller who gets to use it, hitting a senton bomb on Hobbs right through it, but only for a near fall. Waller sets up Hobbs here, hitting a powerbomb onto the ramp, but is feeling a bit of pain himself as Hobbs gets a count from the ref. Waller brings him back to his feet, bringing him towards the commentary booth before setting up for a powerbomb. Sympathy only for QT Marshall to lash out with a steel chair shot. Marshall has a big grin on his face as he helps Hobbs to his feet, telling Hobbs to that in his time before they lift up Champ up to send him onto the platform of the stage. The referee starts to count with Rollo unable to stand from being in a hole on the platform. he is counted out, giving Hobbs the win and the TNT champion. The winner and your new TNT champion, Powerhouse Hobbs. This main event match was fun to watch. But how did it go from Waller winning the TNT champion at AEW Revolution to Waller dropping the TNT champion to Powerhouse Hobbs on tonight's show? But this main event was fun to watch. Um, QT Marshall and Hobbs celebrate as Waller is still struggling to get out of the hole he's in, but our focus is on a new champion and Powerhouse Hobbs and the replay of what went down with the new champ standing tall to bring the show to a close. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Alright, now AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite because it was a good show. And before that, go check out my WWE NXT Roadblock review and highlights. It's up on the channel, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now, if I don't have nothing to do tomorrow, I will go live on YouTube, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, this your boy, Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.